and I think some of you just met me recently through the call with Helena Riley, and some of you are familiar with the background. This is the mountain. Actually, I'm in India right now, and this is the mountain is called Ancestral. So during normal times, thousands of foreign visitors come here, and millions of Indians come here. This is a mountain here that's known to be here since the beginning of time, and it's older than the Himalayas. And they just had a big festival here. They do that once a year, and they put a lamp at the top of the mountain, a ghee lamp, and so there's a lot of symbolism there, just to celebrate the, celebrate our internal light is one meaning, and it's the energy is the highest here. So that's why I put the background here. Otherwise, you just see a regular background. So I'm going to do an ancestral healing for everybody here, and the replay will be available. Later, and then you can listen to it. So I'm gonna try to help everybody with whatever that you're challenged with, and some of you might be challenged with stress. Some might be dealing with like burnout. Some might be dealing with whatever it is that you're challenged with, even physical health. Because I wanted to just to kind of like point out that your present day challenges are connected to the subconscious, and your ancestors' programs and beliefs are actually located in the subconscious, held in your body, and they could actually be systematically released. So we'll do the ancestral healing and clearing. I'm going to start right now, and if any of you have comments, just write down in the comment. I won't be able to answer you directly because I'm going to be focused on the helping you release what you need to release. But you could message my partner here, Savinch Chalabi, if you have any questions, or you could write in the general group, and then we could try to respond to you. If there's anything more personal, you can actually write me or find me at our website at heartwisdomprocess.com, or Chinese Energetics is my email. There will be a call, like a discovery call for anybody that wants to do further work. The link will be provided, and then one of us will get back with you to support you further. So I'm going to actually give you a basic practice and also a technique so that you can learn. The ancestral healing will be probably about 30 minutes, and then after that, I'll try to take some questions from people, and then I think you could raise your hand, and then I could unmute you, take some questions. And what I may also try to do is try to help. I schedule the call to be 1 hour, and then I can actually give you some specific guidance for anybody that wants to ask the question after the group session is done. So with that being said, I want to start the group healing here. Okay, so I think Savanch, if you can just, whoever is joining late, you could just invite them to the group. Okay, so we're gonna start now. The first thing I want you to do is well, you practice. The practice is actually just putting your hand on your heart and following your breath. Okay, so if you watch my other video and what's happen is that as we're doing this, you may have like mentioned as we're doing this work, it's because your body has stuff that it needs to start releasing and detoxing. So if you start to feel stuff, that's very normal, and you may experience emotions that are coming out. You may experience body heat being released. So if you are seeing these signs, that's actually a really good sign for letting go and for releasing. Some of you might experience releasing even after the session. If that's the case, that's a good thing. Sometimes the releasing could be a little bit uncomfortable, but that's because your body's been holding on to a program for a long time. And you want to be able to stay with this so you can release it and break this. Like, we have unconscious programs. We learned it from our ancestors, from our parents. And then, the process that we're using is a process for observing your body, paying attention to it, connecting to the feelings, and then letting it go. And what happens is that as I'm doing this, I'm actually verbalizing for the group here. This is like a collective. There's 35 people here at least, and I'm verbalizing what's stuck for the group. And when I'm verbalizing it, it actually brings to your conscious awareness. When you're consciously aware, then the body starts letting it go. So it's like the conscious awareness is you observing what's stuck, that's unconscious, to be released, and then your body can start to release it. Also, there is for people that are joining, right? You can actually watch this again later. The work that we're doing, you can actually get benefits later by watching it again. And it's so what's going on is that there's a space here, there's a container. So it's not just a group healing that's a one-time use. There's container with consciousness, my own experiences from work, and there's experiences gained from my personal spiritual growth, from a lot of meditation. So there's these consciousness and the wisdom that's learned here is accumulated over the last decade. So this is again some of the insights and knowledge and experiences through the consciousness. So see it beyond just as a 40-minute healing, but you're going to get the benefits of the consciousness. And behind that is because the meditation, the experiences gained through that, that could get transferred for people that do a lot of meditation to their students. So with that being said, find a comfortable place, turn off your any distractions for the time that we're here, and pay attention to your body. Okay, so what I'm going to do is start verbalizing each of the things that come up that's connected with your ancestors. So the first thing that comes up is about not safe. Okay. So you want to start to set the intention, and then pay attention to your breath to start releasing your body's responses about not feeling safe. Okay, your ancestors' responses about not feeling safe. Okay, so keep following your breath and start to set the intention, let it go. Pay attention to the resistance. Okay, pay attention to any type of fears that may be coming up. If you don't have a word for it, if it just feels like some type of sensation, pay attention to that and follow your breath to start letting that go. So even if I'm holding my silence for a little bit, sometimes I might not say a few things for a little bit. The consciousness is still working with you, working on you, helping you. And my work is not the same as other people when they're thinking about sending energy to you. I'm not trying to send any energy to you. So think about the internet, right? We're all connected, and the consciousness, we're all connected to this internet that we're part of, all right? This inner light, and that's what's doing the work, okay? So now we want to release responses about not trusting life. Okay, so set the intention. Okay, so again, if you feel any tension or discomfort, what I suggest is that you use your breath, and like, say for example, if there's heaviness in your head or your heart or your stomach, set the intention to use your breath to energize that part of your body. Give that part of your body energy. Just follow your breath to energize. That's the intention. So we're just doing everything by intention. Okay, so now I'm actually going to become more specific. So we're going to actually have you, this is for the group here. So some things may sound like I'm repeating, but it's because like a onion, there's different layers. All right, so I'll be more specific. So set the intention to focus on releasing, not feeling safe in the tailbone area. Okay, so ancestors not feeling safe in the tailbone area. Okay, so follow your intention. Just follow your breath to start releasing anything about not feeling safe, connected to the tailbone area. So the tailbone is, of course, for people that are familiar with the chakra system, is your root chakra. Okay, so a lot of survival type of responses. So ancestors' survival responses. Okay, we want to release and start letting go of those responses in the tailbone. And not feeling safe, again, is back to when we have survival, right? We have doubts and we are not trusting life. So set the intention to release our ancestors not fully trusting life of the tailbone area. Okay, so behind the survival and the safety, there's also what I call, like, when we have ancestral traumas, these are wounds that's held in specific parts of the body. Okay, so for here, there's some ancestral inner wounds that you're not conscious of. So we want to release that from the tailbone area. Okay, so what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say, like, what I'm doing is like exactly how I do it in like private sessions. So I'm going to say, touch this response, touch that response. So by intention, touch it, not like not asking you to physically touch your tailbone or anything like that, but just by intention, set the intention to touch the response. Okay, so touch and connect it to your heart. There's a spiritual energy connected to our hearts, or universal intelligence connected in our hearts. Okay, and we want to connect that so that the universal intelligence or the light that's within us can help us dissolve the response. So in the tailbone, there's a not safe response. So you want to touch the not safe response by the intention connected to your heart to start releasing that. Okay. Touch any type of not trusting responses of the ancestors. Follow your breath. Touch any type of responses about not feeling loved. Follow your breath. Okay, and then this, because when we have stressors, it becomes an old way of being. So part of my work, part of a lot of our work is called letting go of our old ways of being, our identities. Okay, so we get our identities from our parents, our ancestors, from our community, from, you know, just our experiences, and you become our bodies create attachments. And these attachments become identities that become unconscious. And when they become unconscious, we start to like be really attached to something, and that causes suffering, causes stress. So the tailbone does not want to let go of this old way of being, ancestors' old way of being. So you want to just set the intention to release that from the tailbone. And I got a quick comment here. Okay, so if there's a tension in your heart, okay, just follow your breath and set the intention to energize. Set the intention to energize the uncomfortable response. Like, give it energy. Like, just you're using your breath. Follow your breath. Give it energy. Just keep it really simple like that. Okay. We're not trying to do anything too hard, difficult. It's like plugging in the outlet if you need energy for your battery, for your cell phone. Okay, so follow your breath, and for anybody that feels a discomfort, to support that area. Okay, and if you do feel some type of tension or releasing, that's normal with this process. That's how we let go of things. But keep following your breath for those areas to help let go of that. And if there's anything not safe, not feeling safe, set the intention to energize that area. For everybody, it's different. For some people, they mentioned there's something discomfortable with their spine or shoulder, whatever you're feeling. Okay, set the intention to energize that area. Okay, that should help you with whatever that you're dealing with. So okay, so just notice how you feel, and you might be feeling some type of releasing. or detoxing. So this is one layer that we are focused on releasing right now. Okay, which is connected to the tailbone area. This is actually really important, especially with survival and stress issues, because it's all connected to our survival, and that's in the tailbone area. Okay, so now what I want you to do is do something a little bit different, which is it's still the same, but we just want to add on to it. It starts to reprogram. So we let go of this not feeling safe and not trusting. So what I want you to do is just set the intention. Set the intention to set the intention to say, what if I could trust life more? So say it to your body, for your ancestors, but just say it in a kind, gentle voice and follow your breath. Okay, that's what I want you to do. Say it in a gentle, kind voice. What if I can trust life more and follow your breath? Okay, so this is how you do the reprogram. That's how we do it. And say it for this with intention for your ancestors as well. And follow your breath. What if I could trust more? Follow your breath. Just do that in this sequence. Okay, so notice how that feels. This is the process we do for letting go of what's stuck, and then we do a reprogramming sequence. Okay, good. So whatever that's you're feeling right now, if there's anything uncomfortable, okay, just use your breath to energize whatever that part of you that's uncomfortable. So set the intention to let that go. So Dagmar says a lot of yawning. Okay, this is common. So yawning, emotions and tears can come out. Like a body heat, some type of sensations. You might feel like responses, like different types of body sensations. And if that's the case, it's okay. If there's anything uncomfortable, then again, follow the breath. Put your hand on your heart, follow the breath to energize that part of you, to support it, to give it love. Okay? Yeah, if anybody have comments or feedback, you could certainly write it in the chat. I'll look at it, but I can't just type because I'm still focused on working on the group. Okay, so we could move on to the next layer of the healing. The next layer is held in the gut area. So oftentimes in the gut area, it's like second, third chakra, power issues, trust issues. So we're going to continue working on trust issues. Just, even though we worked on the tailbone, trust issues can be held in different parts of the body. Okay, it could be held in the what we just worked on is the root, the tailbone. It could be in the gut. It could be in the heart. It could be, in the upper part of your body as well. So we're going to work on trust. Ancestors not trusting. So set the intention to let go of ancestors not trusting life. Okay, and follow your breath. And again, if you notice anything that's not comfortable, if you're noticing anything not comfortable, again, just follow your breath, energize that again. We want to just be very simple. Okay, so it's not safe to trust, okay? Not safe to trust life. So follow your breath to energize your body, especially the gut, for not safe to trust life. If there's fears about trusting life, we want to release ancestors' fears about not trusting life. Ancestors' struggles, ancestors feeling hurt, disappointed, angry. So set the intention to release that. If there's resistance for releasing, then energize. Like the resistance is like the discomfort that you're experiencing, if you're experiencing that. So I for anybody that's done any work with me or is interested in this work, you want to, part of the journey here is to help you get comfortable with your body's resistance. Okay, so how do we do that? We do it very gently by using your breath to support it. And it's like you pay attention to your body, pay attention to the resistances, and then you use your breath and using the consciousness. Like I'm like being the facilitator here, I'm also using this consciousness to hold the space for everybody so that you could actually release what you need to release. So by holding a space, it's actually helping you observe what's unconscious. Okay, so that when you can observe what's unconscious, then it gets released. So keep paying attention to not safe to let this go, not safe to release it, fear of releasing. So there's some subconscious ancestors' traumas. These traumas could be also our experiences. It could be like wars or abuse, famine, could be, you name it. It's endless type of, but I think they had a study done. They're saying that they were just doing animals that were cows that hit an electric fence, and then like 10 generations down, even though there's no electric fence, the calves are still experiencing the trauma. They would never go close to the electric fence. So we are actually experiencing generational traumas, and it's held in our body, held in different organs, held in our DNA cells. So this not safe response, keep energizing to let go of not safe, not safe. Not safe to trust, okay? Fear of trusting. So not trusting is like a way of being. Like I said earlier, I talked about identity. Like a core part of our work here is about letting go of identity. Okay, so if we've been wearing like an outfit for a long time, we're so used to it, becomes part of us, and we think that this outfit is us. This is like we're so used to this way of being. Okay, so we want to let go of this way of being. Okay, so it's not safe to let go of this way of being. So energized for feeling not safe to let go of this way of being. Ancestors' way of being. Not trusting to let go of this way of being. So when we let go of our old way of being, our body is saying, hey, if we let go of this old way of being, I feel a bit lost, I feel uncertain, I feel I have to deal with the fear of the unknown, I don't feel safe, okay? Whatever the response is that's coming up for you, I want you to follow your breath and energize to support this discomfort of letting go of this old way of being. And then follow your breath, energize, let go. So some of you might be feeling stuff even after the call. Use the breath practice to continue supporting yourself. Working on identity is actually really powerful. You can let go of stuff that you had for decades and generations. It does require that you have more trust and faith. So if there's doubts coming up for people, like not trusting, not having faith that you can let go of your old way of being. Okay. Energize for that. And now we're going to do some reprogramming like we did in the first round. Just say, what if I could let this go? What if I could trust life more and let this go? Say that to your body, but you don't want to say it in like a pushy, aggressive way, because this intelligence, this part of this inner light that we all have is a very gentle, soft nature, and it's trying to help us. But if we're too aggressive with if we're trying to command it, it doesn't work that well. So just say in a gentle way, so what if I could let this go? What if I could trust more and follow your breath? The key is when you follow your breath, it's reprogramming your body. But if you're like saying it very like aggressively, or like feeling like you just had like 5 cups of coffee and you just keep trying to force your way through things, doesn't work so well. So you want to be your voice, you want to be soft and gentle and kind with your voice. And then that's how you can reprogram the body. Because we're really, we're really trying to talk to our ego. If we've been hurt, if we have suffering, our ego is actually constantly in like survival protection mode, guarding yourself. And if we could be very kind to what's hurt on the inside, then you can start making some really big changes. Okay, but if you try to push really hard with the reprogramming part, it doesn't work so well. Okay, so notice how that feels. Okay. Yeah, just say to your say to your subconscious, what if I could trust more? Okay. For your ancestors. You're saying this on behalf of your ancestors. What if I could trust more? Yeah, I think some people are joining us right now. You could watch the replay because then you catch up on what we're doing. So okay, so I was just saying that continue to follow your breath to keep letting go of whatever that's coming up for you. If there's any type of physical discomfort, follow your breath to let that go. energize, follow your breath, let it go. So just so that recap, okay, for some of you, like in the beginning, on the first layer we worked on is the tailbone area, safety, survival issues. If that's still a heavy part of you, you want to continue applying some of these practices we talked about for the tailbone area. Then we moved on to another layer, which is about in the gut area. And if that's a heavy area for you, then you want to follow your breath to continue releasing that. Okay, for some people, you might be doing both. Okay, good. So I'm just gonna hold the space for like a few minutes here to close out the group healing and then answer some questions. So we're just gonna be in a moment of silence for a few moments, and I'm just gonna sit with you to close out the session, support you, and set the intention to release whatever you want to release that's still there. Okay, so this concludes today's group session for releasing ancestral suffering, ancestral traumas, memories that's held in the body. Since we have a few minutes left, I just want to take any type of questions somebody might have. I could, for some people that have a specific question, I could try to unmute you and discuss it with you. And so if there's something somebody wants to ask me, just write in the chat box, and then we'll unmute you. And also, Savinch, if you could put the, for anybody that wants to talk to us further, put the Calendly link so that we could, schedule some type of discovery calls with one of our team members to help you out there. So Eluia is saying that been spinning in stress for weeks and couldn't come down. All right, so good. Yes, Radhavi is asking, would there be a replay? Yes, there's going to be a replay. We'll send that out to you. So we're going to be doing like a series of these, and then there's going to be probably regular group sessions for people that's interested in the work that we do. Suzette has a question. Okay. I'll unmute you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi,
Hello.
Suzette.
Hi, Paul. I was just wondering, some things have been happening, and suddenly it flashed that my mother had a particular situation in her life. And it is bear with me on this. I feel it's echoing into my life right now, which is really what we're dealing with. But it's not a mental construct. It's, it's what we're dealing with. It's really with a person really echoing into my life. Very strangely.
Okay.
And if it's something that, you have some financial issue recurring or something like that, that is your lifeline in your story, okay, it's ancestral because you've tried to change it a few times in many ways and so on. But I've never had something so tangible as in behavioral, as in oppressive, somebody being directly oppressive. And through the session with you, I made the link of a situation my mother has had. Is this plausible, or am I just, my mind is trying to work things out?
No, this is how we work. So this is a good point that you experiencing some of that already. So let me just kind of give you a little bit of guidance, and I'll try to give everybody, whoever that's on the call, as much like this reading. And then basically what we do on the call, like a discovery call with people. When you're describing your experience, this is like, if for whoever that's still on the call, if you're, whatever challenge you're going through, notice where your body is feeling it, Suzette. Do you feel it somewhere in your body?
I feel in several places. I'm quite connected with the body, so it's easy.
Yeah, so just let us know where you feel in the body, so we could kind of use this as a demonstration for people.
Well, solar plexus, because it's heart, solar plexus, more towards spleen, stomach, so can't digest.
Okay, so now let me just give you some pointers, and using the breath technique that we just went through. And again, for people that joined us late, watch the beginning of the call. And the breath practice is just follow your breath, set the intention, let it go. So I'll give you some like items that you can just do some homework on, so you could release that. So in the gut, keep working on ancestors not trusting life. Okay, not safe to trust life, and do the reprogramming step so that they could trust life. It's because they're part of you. So do the reprogramming step. There's a fear about opening your heart, both for you and for your ancestors. We didn't work on the heart today, but maybe next time, if it comes up in a group session, I could cover the heart. But for you, you could do the same steps we just talked about, but reprogramming for your ancestors, opening your heart. If you do that, it helps because you are your ancestors. Okay, even though your ancestors may be in the body and they might not be in the body. But even if they're not here anymore, you're still helping them release what they need to release. Okay, so do the reprogramming for the heart, not for the heart. Reprogram it so that, what if I could open up my heart more? What if I could trust more? Do it for the heart there, and then I'm just kind of checking. Another thing is dealing with pain. Your body has resistance with dealing with pain. Now do it for your tailbone. Like, work on using your breath to say it to your tailbone, to say, what if I could trust life more to help me deal with pain? Okay, so do it for, these are my suggestions that you could just do some homework on, and that will help you continue what we've been just working on.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me see who else, because I still have a few more minutes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Indra asked a question about just inviting ancestral spirits. The way we now everybody may talk about this topic different, and the way we see it is that your ancestor is connected to you. Their spirits are always connected to you. There's no time, dimension, space. So, so if you, I think you have your own healing technique or something like that. Yeah, if you want to just set the intention to invite your ancestors to help you, that's fine. Yeah, you can help. You can ask them to help you. So, so some cultures and some people they like to do it that way. That's fine. So I think that you're asking, can we invite them? So yes, you can. So, okay. So another thing maybe for you, Indra, is that just help your body, make sure that your body feels comfortable and feels safe to invite them, if this is what you want to do, and just use the practice that we just did. Just help your body let go of any type of discomforts about. I want you to think of more like this inner light. Okay, this inner light is like contains. It's like all time, dimension, space, source. Okay, some people call it source. Connect to the source that does include your ancestors and whatever people like to talk about, spirit guides, whatever your flavor that you like to use, you can include that in this container. It's all connected to help you grow and help your ancestors. I just want to make sure that one of the key differences is that we are actually doing work for our ancestors here. So, okay. Let me go to Susan. Try to unmute Susan if I could actually find you. There's a lot of people on the call here. But if Savinch can unmute you, otherwise I'll just try to answer your question from the message you wrote. Okay, so you have stomach issues. You said you actually released a lot. Okay, that's really good. So, oh, that's why you're here today. Okay, well, thanks for sharing that you released a lot. I'm happy to have you, Susan. Oh yeah, do you want to share your experience?
Sure. So I've had, like I said, issues with my stomach and digestion for as long as I could remember, since I was a very little girl. And I do energy healing work, and I've released a lot for myself. But there's still something there, and I'm not really sure what that is specifically. And that's why I'm here today, because of this ancestral healing. I felt that there was something more there, something much deeper. And this seemed to make sense to me. So I'm not sure what that is, but thank you so much for this opportunity to be a part of this session today. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So I would just keep working on the not trusting in the gut area for your ancestors. There are ancestors' traumas. So you could listen to that part where I covered touching the wound part, and you could apply that for yourself to do some deeper work. And then you'll have to, our ancestors create our identities about life, our perceptions about life. Okay, so these perceptions will have to be systematically removed. By doing what we just did, it's going to help you support helping remove these perceptual filters. That's a lot of our perceptual filters. This is I'm going to talk a little bit more advanced. Sometimes our perceptual filters are held in the third eye. Okay, that's if we have a faulty third eye, we kind of see the world from a skew, narrow viewpoint, because we only see the perspectives of how we got programmed. Okay, so if you could start releasing keep working on not trusting and letting go of the identities, then it could help you go much deeper than what you had done before.
Well, thank you very much. And do I need to know specifically what identities, or it doesn't really matter?
It's about traumas. It's traumas and ancestor traumas, ancestors not feeling safe, ancestors' pain. So if we work together, like either through the group here or to the individual, it would be just kind of like keep touching all this, keep touching all the pain that you have never touched before. Okay, because we're actually conditioned and wired to not feel our pain. This is how modern society works. You know, people are drinking, smoking, playing video games, shopping. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just those are ways to distract ourselves from our feelings. And if there's pain, and we just distract ourselves with different activities, we never get to the bottom of things. So part of this work is actually to retrain yourself, retrain your body, retrain your neurology to pay attention to your feelings, pay attention to your body, and really be willing to kind of like feel your pain. And if you are more willing to do that, so the idea is that we're just gonna do what our body allows us to do, what our ego allows us to do. We just gradually keep improving that. Okay. Like, why am I here in India, right? Because these are they're saying for self-realization to happen, we have to embody this concept of I'm not the mind, I'm not the body, I'm not the emotions. And I also see that there's a huge connection with this. This is a concept and a thought for people. Maybe in theory, they're like, this is a nice idea, but if you could start to embody it, you can experience healing, more happiness, more bliss, more joy in life, if you can actually embody that. But if we're so conditioned to avoid pain, our ancestors are conditioned to avoid pain. Why did we work on the tailbone earlier? Because our tailbone is directly connected to our reptilian brain, and it contains a lot of fight or flight responses. And we need to actually transcend this to get out of this reptilian brain response, and then just like move up to our hearts, move up to this greater consciousness that we're not maybe conscious of right now. And then if you could start to move toward that direction of like embracing the pain, it's like, well, I'll tell you so many times, my own life experience is that once I get through the pain, there's a ton of joy, a ton of bliss, happiness, but you have to be able to be willing to gradually face it instead of avoid it. I hope that this gives you kind of like a longer, bigger picture of what you need to do. Does that give you some insights and guidance?
Yes, actually, it's excellent. So thank you very much. It's really very, very on point, and I will certainly, do some additional work and listen to the replay, as I know that typically goes much deeper. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Okay, I think my time is up, but I'll be happy to take one more question. I think that might be Zoom call my time itself out because it's only 1 hour call. If anybody has a last question.
How can you scroll up? There's one more question that David asking.
Hi there, it's Sinead. Thank you so much for today. I just wondered if you had any thoughts on, I'm helping my sister particularly at the moment, and I feel it's ancestral. Thyroid issues, really bad head pain, pressure, headaches, that kind of thing. So if you had any thoughts on that.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you a quick version, and for anyone else that wants to message us, contact us, then we could go deeper in more of a discovery call. So let's, okay, one thing to learn for anybody that is into the holistic arts, maybe some people are practitioners here. Upper body issues is oftentimes connected to lower body issue, but not all the time, not 100% of the time, but most of the time you could kind of check because you can ask your intuition. So we teach people to ask their intuition. So, so your head issue here is actually connected to the gut area. So that's why we actually worked on the gut today. So you want to keep working on not safe, not trusting. Same things are telling people, like, this is a core part of our work, is because we have been conditioned to not trust. We are identified with not trusting. Okay, so if our ancestors are identified with not, why do we not trust? Because we have suffering. When we have suffering, we don't want to trust. If we got hurt, we don't want to trust. Okay, so you want to keep working on ancestors not trusting as a response in you. And then if you do that, then that's going to help subside the headache. And if they're worrying a lot, okay, worry from traditional Chinese medicine, the stomach has a consciousness of worry. But if you do excessive worrying outside the normal, you worry a little bit, it's fine, okay? But if you worry excessively, that's going to lead to headaches, right? I could say that for almost a lot of time when people have headaches, if you help them look at the issues what they've been worrying about. Okay, so they could be worried about the finance, could be worried about the relationships, could be worried about I don't know, other stuff. But then if you look even deeper, then if you have some type of earlier life traumas, some people have traumas in earlier in life, childhood, pregnancy, or ancestors have traumas. So it seems like there is earlier life type of traumas if I tune into it, and also yes, and there's also ancestors traumas too. So you will want to work on both of them. I don't know, are you some type of healing arts practitioner?
Yes, but that makes perfect sense. And there was also definitely trauma in terms of pregnancy. So yeah, miscarriages, pregnancy, that kind of thing. So thank you so much. That really helps.
Yeah, so this is the pinpoint to help you do that. But again, drawing a connection to India, when there's lots of layers of the work, when you truly have done really sufficient job on the layers, your mind is in silence. You actually can't even think about the story anymore. It's like a dream, like an illusion. But if you've done some work and you feel better, and you can still think about the story, and you still want to chat about it with your friend, then there's more opportunity to do more work. Okay, I'm just kind of saying degrees of transformation. Okay, if you could get to a great degree of peace, and your mind is silenced, it's like I think many people have heard when that spiritual awakening, people are like, there's really this universe is an illusion or something like that. People may have heard various different things about that. If you could truly see it as a silence and peace, then that's where your aim you want to go. And that's why I'm in India, is to keep having greater and greater inner peace.
Beautiful.
So I hope that's helpful. If there's any other questions, just write us and then we can support you.
I have a
thank you so much,
question.
Paul. Thank you.
Can I ask a short question, a general question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that is, how can I know if it's my own wounds from my childhood, or if it's this ancestral wounds, or it doesn't matter?
I would say that's a good question. It depends on the person. Okay, for you, I think if you do for now, just do some ancestral work that would help you. I want to say that oftentimes, because people have generational issues, genetic issues, their ancestors' wounds create their own personal wounds. They start to repeat the same patterns, beliefs, mistakes as their parents and grandparents, ancestors. So So it's yes to your question. Yes and yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so it's about like I actually made a mistake with time zone. I thought I was doing the call a lot earlier. It's getting close to 11 here, but it was a lot of fun talking to you. But watch the replay. Use the calendar link here, and then I'll do some more of these calls, and then we could we'll be offering like a group type of trainings for people that want to learn and wants to kind of continue to learn the process that we do, the heart wisdom process to help you with your excuse me, to help you with your ancestor wounds or excuse me, or personal challenges. So so thank you. I think yeah, okay. I think there's no more other questions. Thank you, everybody, and have a blessed week, and we'll talk again soon. I'll maybe I'll unmute everybody if everybody wants to say hi. Okay, no, we'll do it next time. Okay, bye bye, everybody.